Making the red sauce for our fettuccine. You could use it with any type of pasta. It's a wonderful base, and you're going to think, oh, way too much garlic, but just wait and see. We're going to turn it to medium-high, number 6. 1/4 cup of olive oil, and that is going to give us a nice base. Notice my pan size matches my pan. I'm going to place my garlic into my pan and allow that to simmer for a little bit until it is a little bit warmed up. We do not want to overcook the garlic and burn. Really nothing worse than burnt garlic. So we're going to add our crushed tomatoes. You do want to use crushed tomatoes, not diced, or if you do get diced, you want to make sure you put it in a blender. It will make a big difference. The garlic too, as we release the heat, it will release a sweetness rather than the garlicky overpowering flavor. We will give you a pre-portioned amount of tomatoes since we bought large cans. Make sure though, whatever we give you, that you use your spatula to get all of the yummy goodness of the tomatoes out of there. Go ahead and stir that together. It is separated now. The oil will separate from the tomatoes and the garlic. However, that'll come together as it cooks. Next, we need to add 1 tablespoon of water. When you receive your tomatoes, we'll already have the 1 tablespoon of water in with your tomatoes. The water just thins it out a little bit. That's the purpose of that. Next, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar. What you're going to notice is with with store-bought pasta, the sugar content's going to be immense. With ours, it's just 1 tablespoon. If you read the jar by how many grams of sugar there are, you'll be just astounded at how much sugar there is in there. Very little in ours. So if you have a family member who's diabetic, you could also use Splenda or something of stevia, something along that nature, which is more potent, so maybe only a teaspoon of that. Then we're adding, and sugar will sweeten the tomatoes, then we're going to add our 1 teaspoon of salt. Salt, of course, is needed in almost everything. The salt and the sugar counterbalance each other. And you'll get a flavor packet, which is 1/4 teaspoon parsley, 1/2 teaspoon pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of dried basil. We're going to place those into our seasoning, stir it around. Once our sauce begins to boil, then we're going to lower it to simmer and even low, and it's going to cook covered for several hours, and that way it'll be ready. So we'll just turn and take it off the burner when we're ready to leave today, probably at 11 o'clock or 3 o'clock, right before you're ready to leave. The key to this sauce becoming mellow and delicious is that you have allowed it to cook for long enough for the flavors to release. With most Italian food, the sauces and everything is more flavorful the next day. This is certainly fine for you to take home in your package, but please do leave the lid off so that the temperature can escape and the heat can escape and the temperature can come down so no one gets sick. And you would want to warm this up on top of your stove top and maybe let it even boil or warm for a little while when you have it at home to go with your fettuccine. And now we've cooked for 2 or 3 hours, and we have really a nice, lovely product. And it is smelling delicious. And now I'll be ready to pour it in my take-home container and not put the lid on. And that's that.